Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today I'm here with my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. Today we are welcoming you to coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. We want you to come on in, become a part of this wonderful event, and we hope to be talking to you soon. We want to give a shout out to everyone over on Clubhouse. We want to say, hey, so glad to have you in the room. And for those of you watching live and on the replay. So today we're going to be talking about fun. Fran, what do you have for us concerning fun?
Well, we need to schedule it. We talked about it last week, and we have a challenge for every one of you who join us all the time. And the challenge will be to plan fun first. Put it on your
Mm-hmm.
calendar. This is a challenge for January. And so, what we want you to do is plan your fun first. A lot of times we work and work and work. We work 24/7. We're doing stuff for friends and family. We do stuff for other people, but sometimes it seems hard for us to plan some fun for ourselves. So that's what we're going to do this year. We're going to include ourselves in the plans that we have for
Mm.
2023 and beyond. So, what you're going to do is you're going to get out your schedule, your calendar, because see, your success lies in your calendar.
Mm.
I'm going to say that again. Your success lies in how efficient you are with your calendar. When you put in an appointment, that's a commitment that you've made to that other person that you have the appointment with, or to you've made a commitment of time for a particular project. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we want you to plan some fun. Put the fun on the calendar. I know that flies in the face of what other people might think. Well, there's so much to be done, and you can play later. No, you need to play now, because as adults, we have forgotten how to play. It's
Mm-hmm.
time for us to go out and play. We put fun on the calendar today. So you're going to set up your calendar. You know you got things to do, but you're going to put your fun events. Take a walk, uh, play a puzzle, go to a movie, go to a museum, go to the beach, go hang out with friends, do a girls' night, guys' night, whatever it is, you're going to put fun on your calendar first. Terry put up there, take a bubble bath.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you enjoy doing? Now, the challenge involves something that Mark Ward told us about last year, in the last
Mm-hmm.
week of the year, where you write down 50 things that you enjoy doing. You, what 50 things? So you're going to get your paper and your pencil out, and we're going to quiz you on this every week. When we come in here on Monday, we're going to ask you about your 50 things, and you should have gotten them down. Today is January 2nd. We are in the beginning of the new year. Writing down your 50 things that you enjoy doing. Not 50 things that the kids enjoy doing or your spouse enjoy doing. What do you enjoy doing? 50 things that you enjoy doing. You're going to write those down. And then you're going to put them on your calendar. You're going to make room for them. And once we do this, we will see how much more life is enjoyable, because we're supposed to enjoy our lives. We're not supposed to be dredging along and, oh, I got another something, something. Yes, you're going to work hard, but you're going to play as hard. You're going to have fun. You're going to play. And whoever this Facebook user is, you're going to have to tell us your name, because we can't see it right at this moment. But this person says, I love to play, going to breakfast today with friends. Play always comes before work.
Uh,
Yes,
well done. I like it.
right. Play comes before work. And it's okay for play to come before work. So we're going to ask you today. So somebody's going to breakfast. I want to
Mm.
learn how to play golf.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hmm. May not, do the whole. I don't want to be Tiger Woods. I just want to play golf. Just saying. One of the other things I want to spend a little bit more time in the metaverse with my VR headset.
Mm. Mm.
I enjoyed it when I go in there, but I find that I put it off because, okay, I got to get this done or I got to get this done. Well, how about if I do it in the metaverse?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what are some of the things you all enjoy doing? If you're on the clubhouse or if you are here uh, live with us, good morning, Dr. Tachi. What are some things you do for fun? Because this is the challenge for the month. Planning fun first.
Mm.
50 things for fun and fabulousness in 2023. I don't know. We're just going to enjoy our life in 2023. So what are some of the things you all are going to do for fun? Like I said,
Mark has a comment.
Mark says just a suggestion, move from the wanting to the doing. I want to versus I'm going to and when.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play. I like that. So, not talking about I'm going to, I want to versus I'm going to.
We
Oh,
want to
no,
move from wanting to doing. It's
okay, so
simple.
going,
I'm going to go swimming. I'm going
I'm
to
going
go
to,
paint my nails.
and when are you going to do it? Thank you, Mark, for getting us back on track. I, instead of I want to, I am going to, and when am I going to do it? Dr. Tachi says, I like crossword puzzles and games. Happy
Mm.
New Year, Fraser, all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland. Cecilia says she's going to breakfast, and then a massage spa day is also fun. Yes, it is. Okay, so look, if we had the massage spa days more often, do you think we'd be more relaxed instead of our shoulders being all up here? Just
Yes, indeedy. I think so. I think it would be just a beautiful thing. You know, something else that I am going to do? I'm actually going to go shopping this year. I mean, the last 3 years, I have not felt a need to really shop. I think I'm going to redo my wardrobe. You know, just get rid of everything.
Fraser just said, get rid of all the balloons in your wardrobe. I mean, all the balloons in your life, and you will grow.
Interesting.
Okay. You might need to expound on that a little
Tell
bit,
us more
Fraser.
about that, Frazier.
Yes, tell us more. Um, we need to grow, and
Hmm. Hmm.
and we need to have fun to grow. You really do need to have some fun. When's the last time you took a walk and looked at the flowers or checked out the
Mm.
birds that were along the walk?
I think one of the things that they mentioned last time was petting your animals. You know, play with your pet. When was the last time you went outside and actually took the time to play with your pet as opposed to just walk them? Have you? And when was the last time you threw a ball or played with a I don't know, string or whatever it is that you want to do to relax? Teach your dog how to frisbee. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever it is you got going on, but enjoy the pet, being a pet parent.
Yes. So, Dr. Tachi says, yes, and the massage spa day does not always have to be a $500 day at the Four Seasons Hotel.
No.
It could be buying one of the massage tools, and that there are buying a massage tool, and then there are Asian reflexology places that do quite well inexpensively. The one near
Mhm.
her is $35 an hour, where you can have your foot,
Your feet.
your come on
Hmm.
now. They have the little chairs and stuff in the mall where you can
Yeah,
just
they
sit
do.
in the chair and now one of our biz chicks, her name is Michelle. Oh my gosh, she is good. Need to book
She's really
Michelle.
good.
Just saying,
And she
she's
comes
really
to the house.
she does house calls.
Hmm.
And then Mark says, just like you put the oxygen mask on first before helping another, you feed your soul with things that fill you up first so that you can be fully present for others. So if you're full of because I got to do another thing, I can't do what I want to do because I'm doing all this other stuff, perhaps you need to fill up with yourself first. And then Fraser explains that balloons are filled with air. People can be filled with just hot air. So he's telling you to get rid of the balloons that are around you, the people that are filled with hot air, so that you can
Hmm.
grow. Hey,
Yeah.
TK, good morning.
Hey,
And Fraser
TK.
says he's talking about people just talk and just say and talk about what they're going to do, tend to never do it, and then can hold you back. So get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, people fixing to do stuff.
yeah. But Mark took it a step further. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this when.
Hmm.
When are you going to
Yep.
do this? Because you can keep putting your life off and then have regrets at the end where I should have took that trip to the Mojave Desert. Don't know why that came up, but okay. I should have took the trip to wherever. I should have just went. Okay, there's stuff that around our area, 2 hours in any direction from where we are in Sacramento. You can go do something. You can go to the snow. You can go to the beach. You can go. There's a lot of historical places around here. There are so many things that there's fun around you. Have recess, have fun.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
enjoy I enjoy coffee, but I enjoy the flavor of it, but I don't enjoy the effects that it has. So I recently found re my it was in one of my lunch, like a lunch bag that has insulation and stuff in it.
Hmm.
Anyway, in the
Hmm.
pocket of one of those lunch bags was a tea bag that said Ticino, and it is a company that uses herbs and chicory and some other stuff to give you the flavor of coffee without the acid and the caffeine.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, I forgot about these people. So I looked them up online and they had a whole
Assortment.
assortment of coffees,
Mhm.
hazelnuts, caramel nut, amaretto, and all of those things, no caffeine, but I still get the flavor and the warmth because, I like tea, but I need something with a little bit more body to it.
Now, see, I just love the whole idea of tea. So for me to incorporate a tea time for me would just be simply fabulous. I think I could actually, I'm not a collector, but I think the one thing I would, if I were a collector, would be teapots, tea sets. I just love the idea of
Okay.
tea.
So you should be, going on tea excursions.
Hmm.
Dr. Tachi says, yes, chicory is great in that she loves teas, not so much a coffee person. So,
I'm definitely about the tea,
so
Chachi.
what moves you? What gives you joy? Like I will heat up a pot of water and fix up my little thing and get someplace and maybe get a book and read a book that I've been wanting to. I love to read. I like going to the beach. I like having breakfast for dinner. There are things
Mhm.
that I enjoy that I need to do.
that you're going to do according to Mark.
I am going to do, and I'm putting them on my schedule. Um, Dr. Tachi said, yes, my mother lived in England for a long time, so we did tea. She also has many teacups and teapot sets. She had to stop from collecting. Dr. Tachi said, I had to stop myself from collecting them because I would have so many.
Yes.
My grandmother had the tea sets, and I'm talking about the nice china,
The
the
whole 9 yards.
whole,
They
yeah.
all had. They had the silk. My grandmother had the silver tea set where you pour the coffee on one end of the table and tea on the other, and silver platters, and I mean, they could serve tea. They knew how to have a tea, and when the church had tea, everybody pulled out their stuff. I mean, there was so much silver in the room; it was just gleaming. It's like, what is going on in here?
And the
Because I
tea
was a little kid, but they had been up all night polishing silver. It was just beautiful.
and the tea cakes and yes, Terry and I did tell you about that time we went to high tea at the Ritz Carlton. I think it was the Ritz.
Okay, TK says she has to go, but she's gonna see us tonight at First Mondays.
Woohoo!
Woo-hoo.
Okay, Mark, I see you over here in Clubhouse. Did you want to say some things? Because normally,
Yeah, hello, ladies. Happy New Year.
happy.
I did
Happy New
actually,
Year.
and one of the reasons why I stressed the difference between wanting and doing, I think this is particularly applicable when people are entertaining resolutions or new goals for the new year, is one of the ways that we sabotage ourselves, that we lose energy, is by having an appetite that's bigger than our plate. And what I mean by that is there's a big difference in the energy between wanting and doing and thinking and knowing. And a lot of us have a tendency to sort of ride the line, right? We sort of have one foot in and one foot out. And as long as you're doing that, you are creating an energy loss. Here's the example that I always use because it's the one that speaks loudest to me, and you've heard me say it before. I have a tendency to I have a table in my dining room, and I have a tendency to put things on it, like mail and things that I'll get to later. And this table can become a bit untidy. And I will walk by that table and think, oh my God, I need to clean that table. Okay, well, because I have decided I need to clean the table, every time I walk by the table, when I haven't cleaned the table, I am losing energy. Not because the table cares. The table doesn't care. Nobody else necessarily cares. But it's because I am not following through on my desire. It's a very different energy if I walk by and say, that table needs to be cleaned. I am not going to clean it. Or that table needs to be cleaned. I will clean it next Tuesday. There is a different sort of energy in that focused commitment. So one of the ways that we sabotage ourselves with these resolutions is we state all these things that we want, but we don't actually commit to any plan of action. And then we get to the end of the year and beat ourselves up, and it feeds an ineffective story about how we're not this, how we're not that, how I'm too lazy, whatever the story is that we've been programmed with about how inadequate we are. So it's very important, if you want to maintain your energy use for the day and not be living on a deficit, to be very directed in your intention and the actions that follow. So to be very mindful of what you speak and how that follows in your actions.
I love what you said about the focused commitment and how I noticed that the table needs to be cleared, but I don't have to do it right then. I can say, I see it, I know it needs to be done, and I will do it on Tuesday, instead of walking by and like, oh, I can feel that because
So
you
schedule it. Once you schedule it, you know it's going to get done.
correct. And it could be with anything. And like if you say, I'm going to do the kitchen on Tuesday, you're not stressed out that the kitchen's not done anymore because you know it will get done on Tuesday. Or in this case, the table is going to get done on Tuesday. So you're not beating yourself up because the mail is piled high or what have you. And I'm like, that is such a freedom.
I tell you what else is freeing is doing things, you know, solo. One, and I was reading this today. It's in a magazine called Southern Living. It says a survey was conducted by the British Broadcasting Corporation in partnership with Welcome Collection, found that the majority of activities people found restful were things that could be done alone, from reading to enjoying a cup of tea or coffee. People often have to go to activities for enjoying their own go to activities for enjoying their own company. But if you ever find yourself needing something to do, find new ways to spend your time solo. Um, you don't always have to do something in a group or expend a lot of money.
So, what are we going to do about what we've heard today? Because this is
Mhm.
all great conversation, and we're talking,
Mhm.
and I'm going to be using focus commitment a lot. Thank you very much, Mark. I will be using that term, focus commitment. I am committed to doing whatever I'm committed to do, and I'm going to put a date on it.
Mhm.
Adding a date to it. That takes the stress off. It's going to get done. It just doesn't have to be done today. And then that also reduces piddling, Terry. Like when you walk in and you're getting ready to go on an appointment and you see stuff that, oh, I gotta do this and do that, and all of a sudden now you're distracted to go and try and do something to the pile of the stuff on the table when you don't have to because you made a date to take care of the table.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't have to
You know,
fold the laundry right now.
Okay, go ahead, Mark.
one of the things I would encourage everyone, no matter what your goals and your intentions are for the new year or for the day, even, is to focus on the integrity of your word. Because with yourself, not just with other people,
Mhm.
because one of the things that we so often do, which I was referring to before, is we state things just sort of half-heartedly that we're going to do, and we don't do them. And this is the reason why I'm stressing this is there's so many people walking around debilitated and exhausted.
Mm.
And this is one of the reasons that is not on people's radar, because people are not following through on their own intentions. So what I mean by integrity of your word is if you aren't going to do it, don't say it.
Mm.
So stop people pleasing other people and stop painting an artificial picture to yourself. And I know that there are many cases, for example, that I will have conversations with people who think that, oh, that sounds really good, I'm going to do that. And they don't do it.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
it's no skin off my back, whether they do it or not. It's probably no skin off anybody else's back, but it is an energy leak for you because you are out of integrity with yourself. And that has a cost energetically. And this is one of the reasons, in my opinion, why so many people are walking around fatigued, stressed, and exhausted. Because they are so haphazardly pointing themselves in a variety of directions and not focused on following through. There's a lack of commitment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And a lack of commitment to what you said that you were going to do for you. and you see it being happy. You see yourself doing stuff for other people, or other people getting their stuff done, but you're not getting yours done because you're not keeping your commitment to yourself, keeping your promise to yourself. That is major, Mark. And then I like what you said about if you're not going to do it, don't say it.
Mhm.
Well, one of the philosophies that I live by, that I believe, is that we are given an allotment of energy for a day.
Mm.
You know, if you think of it like a bank account, like you are given so much money to live on for the day.
Mm-hmm.
If you are focused on yesterday or tomorrow, you are spending that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you spend too much of your energy, the next day you are operating out of a deficit. And this continues to pile up. And this is what I think happens with people, because we are so focused on other things other than what we're trying to create today. What am I trying to create today? Who am I today? And I just think it becomes a real problem, and specifically in this country where so many people are always tired. Why are people always tired? This is one of the reasons that I've witnessed.
Wow. So what are we going to do, people? We are going to have focused commitment. You're going to fit. So first thing is, you're not off the hook for your challenge. You got 50 things to write down. You're going to 50 things that you enjoy doing. You're going to write them down. Then you're going to start putting those things on your calendar. You're going to give it a date when you're going to do those things. If you're going to the beach, when are you going to the beach this year? When are you going to go horseback riding? When are you going to go take a golf lesson? When are you going to go to the spa? When are you going to do whatever it is that you said you wanted to do? Give it a date and a time. And then focus on the integrity of your words. Okay. Don't say you're going to go do something if you really don't intend to follow through. And if you intend to follow through, put it on the calendar. Keep your promise to yourself.
And if you change your mind consciously. In other words, don't let your life manage you. You manage your life, which means if Tuesday arrives and you decide that you're not going to clean the table, then own it. I've said I was going to clean the table today. I'm going to wait until tomorrow. There's power in that. Whereas if you just let it go and don't do it, that's an energy leak, and it will cost you.
Mm.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
We have some wise words here from Mark Ward we're talking about having fun and making promises to ourselves, keeping the promises to ourselves, and we're promising that we're going to have some fun. And good morning, Facebook user. You'll have to tell us who you are just because we don't see your name. Terry put on here, plug up your energy leaks. This is what we're working on. We're planning fun in putting it on the calendar before you put the other stuff on. Hey, Maureen.
Hi.
Before you put the other things on, put some fun on your calendar. Do you like to hike? Whatever this is, get it on your calendar first. Hey, Carlos. So this is the beginning of the new year. Whatever your goal is, I like what Mark is saying today about the focused commitment and keeping your promise to yourself. Plan fun for your life first. Put the fun on the calendar first, and then have at it with the work. But at least you have some fun planned on there. I want to hear what you're talking about. Based on what Mark is saying, we should not be tired at the end of the day or at the end of the week. I made a commitment. I'm done at 6 o'clock in the evening, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm done. I'm not working on another website, not working on another project. And I have to keep that commitment to myself in order for me to be better for myself and better for others. I'm not working past 6. It just not gonna happen anymore. So if you all don't, if I don't pick up your call or answer your text, and it's 6 o'clock, you now know why. Not that I don't want to chit chat with you, but just because I'm keeping a promise to myself. Dr. Tachi said that's good policy. You do need to, because see, if you were going to work at a company, you would have an end time for your shift, right? You would get off work at a certain time.
I just don't know anymore with all of this connectivity. Do you really ever get away from the job anymore? It used to be only surgeons that had pagers. Now you got phones, emails.
And so that means you have to be more focused on setting your own policy, because people have all access to you. You need to set up your start and stop time on your days. I don't take calls before 10 o'clock in the morning. This is the only thing I do before 10 o'clock is this program here. And then after that, at 10 o'clock is when I start doing public facing stuff. Because I need to have all my gym stuff worked out, all of my, all of the things that need for me to, what did you say, Mark? For me to be ready, full, to be able to give to somebody, I need to do all of that before I get here, start solving problems for people.
Yes, well, Maureen says fun allows us to tap into our creativity, into our creative side.
It does. So plan your fun first. I'm saying you might need to sometimes stop and do some things. Do you have a lunch break, or do you take a break, or what have you? Please take time to write down those 50 things. How many of you, by putting a 1 in the chat, have done your 50? Because we talked about this last week, remember? You wrote down your list of 50 things that you enjoy doing. Come on, anybody wrote down 50? Anybody write down 2, 3, something? The reason why I'm saying that is because we're thinking them in our head. Okay, I'd like to do this and I'd like to do that, but we never finish the assignment, which is to write it down. And what happens if we don't finish assignments in life or in school or whatever? You don't get the benefits of some things. You don't get to, today I was thinking about that. I'm committed to finishing strong. Whatever things that I'm going to do, I'm going to finish them strong. Finish them. And then Mark came in and talked about focused commitment. If I have a focused commitment, I will finish whatever it is I started. And I won't be taking on things that I really don't want to do, because I'm thinking about it before I make that commitment.
One of the things that I always remind myself of, that I have to remind myself of constantly is, if your life is not all that you want it to be, if it's not all that you desire it to be, you cannot do the same thing and expect a different result. At some point, you have to shake things up and be willing to try different things to see what is going to be effective for you. And too often, we are so cemented into this routine, or this is the way that I do things. This is the way I've always done things. This is the way things have always been done. But yet, we at the same time can be very frustrated and feeling unfulfilled and dissatisfied in our life. Well, gee, I wonder why. At some point, you have to decide. The question that I ask every person that calls me about potentially working with me, and you've heard me say it, is the pain of where you are greater than the discomfort of what it's going to take to move you out of it? Because that is the question that we are answering every day with our thoughts, words, and actions. So if your life is not all that you want it to be, shake it up. Start changing the way that you do things and find the way that's going to work best for you. So that I say all that to say that this, I've said it last week, this list of 50 things that people enjoy doing is the exercise for which I receive the most resistance. It is the one that people do not follow through with. My constant urging the most, and that's very telling of our society and what we have become. That sometimes we have, again, confused means with end. Why are you doing what you are doing? You know, surely it's to create some sort of life that you find fun and fulfilling and exciting, whatever the adjectives are for you. So if you want it, you have to make space for it.
What will you make space for this year? What will you do? And the challenge for January, the BizChicks challenge for January is 50 things I'd like to do. Write them down and get them scheduled. So we are going to look forward to seeing how well you are doing, because we're going to keep asking you about it all month. And then we are going to be having our first Monday meetup in person at Seasons 52 this evening at 5:30 p.m. Terry, if you still have the link, you can put it in the chat. And if not, you can still show up at Seasons 52. There is a $10 fee, but you can still just show up and take care of your $10 there. Mark, thank you for weighing in, and tell us a little bit about what you do and how you serve. So if somebody needs to connect with you to get back on point, they can do so.
Well, thank you, first of all, for constantly letting me contribute. I'm a life strategist, which means that I help people and organizations define success in some measurable capacity, and then work with you or them to create the strategies that ensure that you achieve it. So it's really the answer to the question, who do you want to be? And how do you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be?
And this is a reason why you need to connect with Mark. And you can connect with him at askmarkward.com.
Yes, and Ask Mark Ward pretty much anywhere on social media. You can find me.
Okay, cool. Ask Mark Ward. Let's see. We have Maureen from Finish Life Strong in the house. We got Dr. Tachi with, she's got so many wonderful things. I'm thinking of the one that comes on every week.
Mediascope.
Thank you. Woo. See, this is why we have a good community and family. Thank you. Mediascope every week. Dr. Tachi is on Mediascope. Could you tell us, put it in the chat, Dr. Tachi, when Mediascope airs? And if there's anything else that you got going on? And then Maureen is you as well. What do you got going on? This is, we always want to showcase the people in our community because there's such wisdom everywhere. Okay, let's see. I found the link, Terry.
Oh, good.
All right. So that's the private chat. I need to put it over in comments.
I can put it in comments.
And there it is. So we just want to say thank you again for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere else in the planet, anywhere you wanted to be. Oh, okay. Maureen has some things she's got going on her table of 6 and her gut health workshop. So, and that's January 28th. So, if you looking for Maureen, I believe you can find her on Maureen Stevenson on Instagram, and then Finish Life Strong on her Facebook or Instagram as well. You'll find her very colorful. You cannot miss Maureen. So with that, we want to say thank you again for tuning in live on the replay. Thank you for giving us your attention today. We're looking forward to seeing you at Seasons 52 if you are in the Sacramento area. We look forward to seeing you again here. We also got Carlos Phoenix in the house, and he's got some things going on. Carlos, if you are still here, you can drop some information about he has a way that you can stream to Instagram, which is not normally something that you can do because of their API or something, but there's a way that you can stream to Instagram and multiple platforms. He's got a tool for that. So you want to check out Carlos Phoenix. Okay. And we got Fraser all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland. Fraser, you got any final words for us?
I think you just gotta, it's only a year, like everything. We're gonna go around the same process again come next year. So I think you just gotta, like I was saying earlier, I think you just gotta focus on keep the less drama you have in your life, the less kind of people, situations you put yourself into. You'll have a clear head, you'll be focused, and you'll grow, and you'll grow, go forward, and you'll see a difference in yourself, and people will see a difference in you because you're not really interested in all the sort of stuff that's going on around you, and that's when you'll start to succeed a lot more, which is the best way. Just to keep a clear head, clear view forward, and just keep reaching to the top. And that's the main thing.
All right, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you either later this evening and tomorrow when TJ joins us for her first session of marketing and social media with Terry Johnson online tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. right here in this same place. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy New Year. Let's go get this and let's have some fun while we do. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Remember, it's okay to make money in your business, so go to the front of your own line. Bye-bye.